Something bizarre is happening in the Grand Canyon. Animals are behaving in ways scientists have never seen before. From fearless deer to nocturnal creatures wandering in daylight, the changes are undeniable. But what's causing these strange behaviors? Let's explore the mystery behind the Grand Canyon's unusual wildlife. The Grand Canyon is one of the most breathtaking landscapes on Earth. Stretching 277 miles, it's home to a vast array of unique species. From soaring condors to elusive mountain lions, the canyon is teeming with life. But lately, researchers have noticed a shift in animal behavior. Some animals seem uncharacteristically bold around humans. Others are abandoning their usual routines. Even more concerning, some species appear to be disappearing altogether. One of the most noticeable changes involves mule deer. Typically shy and cautious, these deer are now approaching tourists without hesitation. Some have even been seen eating food straight from people's hands. Why the sudden loss of fear? Experts believe it could be linked to increased human activity. As more visitors flood the park, animals are becoming desensitized to their presence. But there's another troubling factor: climate change. Rising temperatures are altering the Grand Canyon's delicate ecosystem. Water sources are drying up, forcing animals to venture into new territories. Some species are migrating to higher elevations in search of cooler climates. This has led to unusual encounters between animals that don't typically interact. Coyotes are being spotted in areas they rarely visit. Even bobcats are straying from their usual hunting grounds. Birds are also behaving strangely. The majestic California condor, once on the brink of extinction, has made a remarkable comeback. But now, some condors are displaying aggressive behavior toward humans. Park officials believe food conditioning is to blame. When animals associate humans with easy meals, they become bolder and sometimes more dangerous. But not all changes are linked to human interaction. Some scientists suspect that environmental changes are disrupting animals' internal clocks. Nocturnal animals like ringtails and foxes are being seen during daylight hours. This could be a response to rising temperatures, forcing them to adapt to cooler periods of the day. Another odd phenomenon is the behavior of rattlesnakes. Typically reclusive, some rattlesnakes are becoming more active and aggressive. This may be due to fluctuating temperatures affecting their metabolism. Warmer winters mean shorter hibernation periods, which could explain why they're more active. Water shortages are another major concern. The Colorado River, which runs through the canyon, is facing unprecedented drought conditions. With fewer water sources available, animals are traveling greater distances to find hydration. This puts them in direct conflict with humans. Mountain lions, which usually avoid populated areas, have been spotted closer to campsites. Some believe that the lack of water is making them more desperate and unpredictable. Another unsettling trend is the decline in insect populations. Bees and butterflies, essential for pollination, are dwindling in numbers. This impacts the entire ecosystem as plants struggle to reproduce. Without enough pollinators, the food chain is disrupted. Some lizards in the canyon are also undergoing unusual changes. Scientists have observed a shift in their coloration. Certain species are developing darker scales, possibly as an adaptation to the increasing heat. Then there's the mystery of the disappearing fish. Some native fish species are vanishing from their usual habitats. Researchers are investigating whether pollution or changing water temperatures are to blame. Even scavengers like ravens and vultures are behaving differently. These intelligent birds are now seen gathering near human activity more frequently. Some have even been caught stealing food from unsuspecting hikers. This suggests that their natural food sources might be dwindling. Another baffling sighting involves bighorn sheep. These animals are known for their agility and sure-footedness on rocky cliffs. But lately, some bighorn sheep have been acting disoriented and sluggish. Could exposure to toxic plants or a hidden disease be affecting them? Wildlife biologists are conducting studies to determine the cause. One theory is that new plant species introduced by shifting climate conditions may be poisoning the sheep. Meanwhile, bats in the region are also exhibiting strange behavior. Some have been seen flying erratically in broad daylight. This is highly unusual as bats are strictly nocturnal. Scientists worry that white nose syndrome, a devastating fungal disease, may be spreading in the region. If true, this could have serious consequences for the local bat population. Another unusual observation involves amphibians. Frogs and toads in the Grand Canyon are laying their eggs earlier than usual. This shift in breeding patterns may be a sign that they're trying to adapt to rising temperatures. But early hatching can be dangerous if the environment isn't ready to support the young. Even desert tortoises, some of the Grand Canyon's most resilient reptiles, are struggling. They rely on seasonal rain to fill underground water reservoirs. But with changing weather patterns, these crucial water sources are becoming unreliable. Tortoises have been spotted wandering greater distances than usual, likely searching for water. This increased travel puts them at risk from predators and human interference. Another growing concern is light pollution. The Grand Canyon is known for its pristine night skies, but artificial light from nearby towns is affecting nocturnal animals. Species like owls and nightjars, which rely on darkness to hunt, are struggling to find food. Some studies suggest that artificial light confuses migrating birds, throwing them off course. Scientists worry that if these trends continue, we may see permanent changes in the Grand Canyon's ecosystem. So what does all of this mean for the future of Grand Canyon wildlife? Experts say these behavioral changes could be early warning signs. They indicate that the ecosystem is under stress and may continue to change in unpredictable ways. But not all hope is lost. Conservationists are working to mitigate the impact of climate change and human interference. Efforts to restore natural water sources are underway. Educating visitors about responsible tourism is another crucial step. Simple actions like properly disposing of trash and not feeding wildlife can make a difference. Research programs are also tracking animal behavior more closely than ever before. By studying these changes, scientists can better understand how to protect vulnerable species. But one thing is certain, the Grand Canyon is changing. Its animals are adapting, some in ways we never expected. And as humans, we have a responsibility to ensure their survival. The strange behaviors we're witnessing today might be nature's way of warning us. If we listen carefully, we might be able to help before it's too late. The Grand Canyon has stood the test of time for millions of years. Its animals have evolved through countless challenges. Now they're facing one of their greatest yet. Will they adapt or will they disappear? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, nature is always watching, always responding. And it's up to us to make sure the Grand Canyon remains a thriving home for all its wild inhabitants.